Hello everyone, and today I'm going to tell you about the 5 best things about living in Sweden. Roll the intro. So I moved to Sweden over 11 years ago. I had really no idea about what Sweden was. I'd never been here before. And over this 11 years, I learned a lot of things. And I just want to summarize and tell you really quickly the 5 things that I appreciate the most about this country. So number 5, and a lot of Italians will understand me on this, is, well, bureaucracy. Or I would say the lack of bureaucracy. So in Italy, every time you have to do something, you have to go to a guy in an office. It's going to tell you to fill in a paper, but it's not really here you have to go talk to the other guy that's like 3 doors away, and then that guy tells you no, it's not here, you have to go down the street to the other building, there's a red building, you go into the door, you talk to this guy, and then all of a sudden you spend the whole day, you fill in 20 different papers, and it turns out that the first guy you talked to was the one that was actually the right guy to talk to, and everything is just annoying. But Sweden is not like that. In Sweden, everything goes digital. You're gonna have your digital ID, you log in into whatever website of the authorities that you need, or if you have to do it with some companies, you just go and just log in, click in, put everything on the internet digitally, and it's done. Of course, there's some information that you have to give personally, then you go to an office, but everything is streamlined. It seems like everything is put with the user in mind. I always find it problematic when I have to explain to some Swedes why it takes a long time to do things in Italy, because it's for them it's just you just do it. You just click somewhere and you go talk to someone, you're done. But Italians will understand me, this is not how it happens in Italy. On number 4, I have Swedish people, and especially one thing about them. Swedish people are really open-minded. Sweden has always been at the forefront of innovation. They're really good at looking at other countries and just taking ideas, making their own, and making it better. So a lot of big companies and a lot of innovative companies, especially in the tech area and, well, historically military area, come from Sweden. It is also important to understand that Sweden has always been a relatively small country compared to other big countries in Europe and in the world, which helps them to see, to look outside and to see what other bigger countries are doing. I also find that when talking about ideas that I have, sometimes crazy ideas, like this YouTube channel, and I talk to Italian people or Swedish people, Italian people are much more reluctant to changes, while Swedish people say, yeah, why not, give it a try, it sounds like really nice. I'm sure if you do it in a specific way, you're gonna do it really well. And this is really motivating. You do want to have somebody that pushes you, you do want to have an environment that really tells you to be creative and to do what you want. And number 3, I have the work-life balance. And with this is also, I have to mention the salaries and the life quality that you live in Sweden. So working in Sweden for me is a completely different experience than working in Italy. Sweden puts a lot of attention about being healthy, especially mental health, being creative, being active, physically active, and being happy at work. Swedes believe that if you're happy, you're going to produce more, and what you could do in 10 hours, you're going to do it in 6, leading to a win-win situation. When the worker is happier, the company goes really well depending where you work, and everybody is happy. But this doesn't even hack the salaries, because the salaries are relatively high, one of the highest in Europe, and also lead, of course, to a really good quality of life. Of course, life is more expensive here in Sweden compared to, for example, in Italy. But at the same time, the salaries are so much higher that you're going to be able to save, you're going to be able to spend much more in commodities and things that are going to make you happy. So number 2 is one of the main reasons why I came to Sweden, and it is nature. The respect for nature and the proximity to nature. And of course, with nature comes the respect for it. It comes the respect of not littering in the forest, of recycling a lot, and thinking about buying, for example, ethically produced meat, or as much vegetable as possible, maybe producing it close by and buying it close by. And the most important thing for me is it's been the first impact that I had for Sweden. When I landed in Sweden, I immediately noticed how clean the air was. It was almost poisoning. It was too much oxygen, and it kind of disturbing somehow. And I always noticed every time I went back to Rome and then back to Stockholm, that coming to Rome, the air smelled. There was a lot of pollution that I never noticed while I lived there. While here was so clean that it was almost disturbing in the beginning. And then finally, at number one, the most important thing about Sweden is, of course, fika. It's not the Italian words so for all the Italians that are going to listen to it, it's not what you're thinking about. Fika is a Swedish word, which basically is the, can call it coffee break, the art of taking a break with a friend, having maybe eating some pastry or just drinking coffee. They do it all the time. When you work, you're gonna have a fika break where you're just gonna go and drink some coffee, or you're gonna drink some tea, or you're gonna just eat a cookie. It's very common to call a friend and say, hey, do you wanna have a fika? And this is how people meet in Sweden. It's the main form of socialization. And fika in Sweden is basically religion. Everybody does it. Everybody socializes and meets friends this way. It's just the perfect icebreaker for Swedes. And it's very addictive. It's extremely addictive. So these were my 5 favorite things about Sweden. Let me know in the comment down below what you think about it. Maybe you've been in Sweden or you live in Sweden and you think I forgot something. Then write it downstairs in the comment. Also, if you liked the video, think about leaving a like or subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. And as usual, see you next time. Bye bye.